Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to 5 Elves, 5 Lives in Dungeon Crawl. We're on Elf-4 and he's doing really well. He's already completed the get to the lair part of the challenge, making this, I would say, what is it? I forget if Elf-1 made it or not, but at least 2.5 out of 5 because Elf-1 did really well even though he died. I promised I would do my stash between last round and this round. I did. In the process, I also identified a bunch of potions and went that way. Unfortunately, one of the potions I identified was a potion of mutation, and I got a really, really lousy set of mutations, including that I lose my temper in combat, I'm minus 10% HP, and that armor does not fit well. The armor doesn't fit well. I don't know what it's doing, what it does exactly, but for what it's worth, it didn't force me to unequip any of my current armors, so I'm not going to complain too loudly. However, your frail means I get a HP hit, which is not nice, and you tend to lose your temper in combat is such a dangerous mutation that it will most likely be what kills me. What this means is that you have a random chance of berserking every time you get into a melee situation. Those of you who know what running a berserker is like know that melee is a double-edged sword. Sure, it's nice. On the other hand, it consumes a lot of food, and if you're not careful about it, you can end up finding yourself running out of speed right as you most need to be running away from things. It becomes a whole lot harder to plan your fights, basically. And given my multi-classing, if I'm caught berserking while I use a bow, then I'm not probably going to be able to use that bow anymore. I don't know for certain, but my gut feeling is that bows aren't going to work at melee range. So in other words, I can't think of a more dangerous mutation for me to have right now than that. Unfortunately, I don't have any potion of cure mutation, and I don't have amulet of clarity. So I have no convenient way of counteracting this ill mutation right now. If there was some way of knowing where to push in order to get such a cure, I would immediately change course and head that direction. But there's no way of knowing which way to go in order to, get a cure to this particular very dangerous mutation. So I'm just gonna have to live with it, and given my my luck, probably I'm gonna have to die with it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But this is going to change my battle plan to a degree, in that instead of carrying no food with me, as is my wont to do, I am now going to carry a sizable amount of food with me at all times, so that I can counteract the hunger that will come from berserking when I don't intend to. Other than that, oh yeah, I adjusted my arrows situation a little bit so that I'd be a bit closer to my golden mean of 100, not quite there yet. So I also collected arrows from throughout the dungeon, so I have 198 unenchanted arrows in a pile. Let's go ahead and drop the 33 plus 3 arrows so that I only carry 36 generic arrows on hand. Only. And we're ready to continue the crawl now. So here's floor 5 of the lair. Now, we've got our fingers crossed for a way to get rid of this mutation, and I'm actually going to allow this guy to provoke me into a berserk rage to see whether or not it allows me to fire arrows when I'm berserk. Naturally, I'm going to do that upstairs, but I forgot that guy had poison, and I guess I didn't really feel like doing so while poisoned. Just waiting out my poison. There we go. It's nice to have solid attack power. Wow, I don't think any of those arrows mulched. Yeah, I don't think any of those arrows mulched at all. More arrows. Okay, time to get out of here. Trying to get out of here very quickly. We'll worry about picking up those arrows when we're no longer being pursued at low health. I vote for strength one more time, and then we'll stop with strength altogether. Okay, Bat's dead. Gastronaut is not. He's going to be coming down through that hallway. When he does, we'll get a quick mephitic off. That was beyond stupid of me. I basically asked for death there. I mean, I didn't even bother coming back to full health before I attacked Gastronaut. I'm not going to blame the game for this. This was my fault. Should have retreated a floor above. Neither of the mephitic clouds I put on him worked. I saw that and I kept fighting him. So, sorry to disappoint you guys with the downer ending. To be honest though, I was so disappointed about the mutation that I'm not too upset to see this guy go. Anyway, that's Elf-4, and he actually managed to place fairly well in my high score list. I wouldn't say he was one of my best runs or anything, but he did do decently. And again, I definitely feel like the troll leather armor made a huge difference, and I like the way that he went. Frankly, his run feels better to me than Elf-3's run. Even though Elf-3 did better, Elf-3 felt more scatterbrained. This guy was like a laser beam. Get my bows up, work on some decent melee weapon, but really I'm an archer at heart, and just get mephitic up to enough. Get that leather armor going, but find a troll slate and get the troll leather going as fast as possible. So that little combination for him made a huge difference. It worked really well, and the only reason he died here was because I was an idiot. I could have waited a bit longer and had full health versus Gastronaut instead of half health. You saw that I managed to get the Gastronaut solo so fast. Nobody should ever die to Gastronaut except an idiot. On the flip side, his ghost will probably be haunting Lair 5 for the next fool to traverse there, so maybe we'll see an elf fight an elf before the day is done. Anyway, that's the 4th elf, and remember this is the challenge is to reach the lair in a good state, so that's 2 victories, and I'll have to check whether or not Elf 1 actually succeeded, but at the very least he did decent, so 2.5 out of 4. Let's see what the last one does, and whether or not I get a winning score. Thanks for watching, and tune in for Elf number 5 shortly.